Evening, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good day. I had a pretty productive day, got some things done in the morning, and sorry, just searching for something for the stream for later. Got a stream in, got a new video up for you guys. Just covering the van life plans and kind of my long-term prospects there. I'm just like, I still want to do the project, not just for myself, but also to see if I can create something long-term for someone else. Something that we can use too as a tool to help others. But yeah, nice evening plan. Gonna hang out with you guys here for a little bit. I'm actually gonna start a separate stream probably a little bit later, separate from this. Gonna hang out with Petty Butterfly and Moss tonight and get some Warzone games. And I haven't played Warzone in a few months. But great chance just to catch up with some friends since Roxy passed away. And yeah, stream something a little bit different. I have not done any Warzone in quite a minute, so sorry for outside. There's kids playing in the pool. I think they're playing. Sunburn's finally going down a little bit. Evening out the face. Have been going on walks in the mornings to go get groceries and things. Had a verbal altercation with the gentleman who felt like it was his need to go and berate somebody randomly on the street. That was not pleasant, but yeah, otherwise productive day. Got to stream it earlier and actually won a few games this time around, so I felt good about that. I think you just gotta get the time in and it'll give you better lobbies. Not really sure how the whole matchmaking thing works in Marvel Rivals. I know in Call of Duty they have skill-based matchmaking. I'm not like 100% sure how Marvel Rivals matchmaking works, but I haven't played a quick match game this season. It's been a minute, maybe since the Dino came out. I've just been playing comp because I got booted down to a lower tier. Everyone I know, all the streamers, like Tim the Tapman's stuck in Diamond right now. He's usually in Celestial, so. But yeah, just gonna keep grinding away on that as I have the time whenever I have the housing and access to powered internet. Keep on doing that. And then tomorrow I actually I have to send some messages here later. But I'm actually gonna have my appointments tomorrow, so I'm gonna need to find a way to keep my things here. But yeah, gonna go do my appointment, so I'll meet with my counselor. They have a mandatory training, so my appointment got pushed to 1:30, and we're gonna do it since I'm here. Hopefully I'll just stay here and just keep my things here. We'll just do it at El Dorado Park instead of the place where I normally am at. And then I'll just take the OC bus. Like, I won't even bother taking the Long Beach bus, honestly. Why would I? So I'll just go find a shady spot kind of over there, and yeah, we'll do my appointment, and then I have to go talk to someone named, I can't say her name. I'm supposed to go talk to somebody, and it's just regarding one of my transitional housing requests. One of the places we're looking to get me into would get me back on the diet that I was on before I ended up in this situation. It's kind of a challenging situation though, because they don't really have all the facility, like the equipment that I would need to like exercise. So what we're discussing is one of my gyms is nearby. Just go back there for the amount of days that they will allow me, at least. Stay on that diet, pray we have a good roommate. But the other thing that they're trying to work on is if they can find me an office space so I can set all this stuff up, and that way I have a place to work, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I would think like they would at least have a place where like I could set my laptop up and like look for jobs or something, but apparently this is quite the request. So I have to see what they can do to accommodate this. I don't want to lose any momentum. I get streaming a lot of days in a row, so I want to make sure to keep that going. That's going to be useful in the long run. But yeah, so we'll have a busy day tomorrow. I'm just going to take the bus in. I don't have to rush or anything. Like, this is weird. It's going to be a really weird feeling to like, this is just going to be weird. I'm just so used to like, oh, I only have like X amount of hours to get somewhere. It's not going to be the case this time around. I can pretty much, I don't know, I can take my time, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be weird. Like even before this, like just my life, like it was okay. I'm gonna go to the office. You know, I check with my now ex-wife. You know, hey, like, what time are you leaving for work? What time are you coming home from work? These flies, I can't figure out where they're coming in from. I keep on taking them all out. You know, so we could coordinate and make sure the dog wasn't left alone like too long. And then when I was on my own, it was always planning ahead, like, hey, we got to go out twice. We got to go out, get you like a little, leave yourself, let you get some breakfast and stuff. And then when I'm done showering and stuff, I'll take you out on like a real walk and let you stretch your legs and try to leave her with something like a bone or something. But I knew like, okay, I have X amount of meetings today. I need to get out of here and get back to her by X time. So there was always that internal clock of just like, cool, I need to make sure my dog is getting a chance to go use the restroom, getting a chance to go stretch, get a walk in. And it's so weird, it like, that's just not a part of this anymore, like my life anymore. And certainly like it's a certain amount of responsibility, but like I don't know, I just never really looked at it that way. It's what it takes to have a dog and have your friend with you. But yeah, just thinking about stepping out tomorrow, I think will be a big step for me. We're coming up on 3 weeks here without Roxy, so yeah, just going through that process, I think, of just getting used to what is now, I think, yeah, just my whole job is just to make sure I'm taking care of myself, so we're gonna try doing the best job we can there. Keep on checking the back of the screen to see if that fly lands on one of these walls so I can go take it out. I really don't want these flies in here when I'm sleeping. I'm also wondering what this might do for my content in the long run. My whole life just opened up. Like, travel used to take a lot of consideration for like what I may or may not need and what my pet might need, and making sure my pet has a place to stay, and you know, paying for that. That's out the door too. So like, part of me is wondering too, like, are there any hotel brands or anything like that might be looking for content creators to come do hotel reviews, do fun stuff like that. I would start working on the letter over the weekend on Saturday. Just trying to. I decided to start from scratch too. Just completely ditch the idea of there's someone else here. There was a lot of we inside my original letter, and there's no we anymore. It's just me. So it's a little bit of a transition. But yeah, it's tomorrow I think will be a very interesting day. So I might have to shoot a message out in Discord, or maybe I'll just shoot out a couple. I don't know. We'll see in the morning. But yeah, new normal. I started doing some sports stuff a little bit. It's kind of a sensitive area. It's an area that used to be a big passion of mine, and something killed it. And I need a break. I still need a break, but I recognize, it takes a lot to become like an expert in something. And I think if I go too much longer, I'm going to start risking losing touch with the present state of things, and I don't think that that's to my benefit. So I dropped something in Discord today. Just saw that Serena Williams is going to make a comeback, 44. Um, it's really interesting because we talk about this in class. This plays a lot into like the sports psychology aspect of things. Um, but retirement for an athlete is just like retirement for any of us. If you're used to doing something for 20, 30, 40 years, it becomes a part of your identity. Becomes a part of who you are. And it's tough when you're a top tier athlete, when you're used to being viewed by others in that sense. In the same way that it's hard for me to go from being a normal middle class millennial to being in the current position that I'm in. It's a drastic change in just the way people perceive you, the way you go about living your life, your routine changes. What you used to do becomes a part of your identity, and that can be astronomical for an athlete depending on the tier, too. Saying goodbye to that is really, really hard. So, it's very abnormal to see someone of her age return. I'm not saying that that's what it is. However, certainly it'd be quite the accomplishment to see her win another major at this juncture in her life. Definitely rooting for her, 100%. But I do recognize that it's certain personality types just have a hard time letting go of that type of thing. And I've always wondered, like, maybe I think it's different for every person, but I think part of it's the status you may lose in society. I think part of it's kind of the yearning maybe for younger days. Yeah. It's just very interesting news. I definitely did not expect to see that today. But she's coming back in duos, I believe. So I don't think she's coming back with her sister. I just think she's coming back. I don't know who she'd be partnered with. But yeah, it's gonna be out in London. So grass, turf. So pretty cool though. She's a mom now too. Extra cool if she could win a major somewhere over this period. Kind of dabbling into the baseball water just a little bit. I honestly did not pay very much attention to a lot of the wheeling and dealing. It just didn't really interest me for some reason. Baseball is such an interesting thing in my life. When my life is good, I'm really into baseball. And when it's not going good, I have zero interest. And it's kind of like this weird, it's kind of a weird odometer in my life. I can't really explain it. I think it's just one of those things where when things are good, it's there, and when things aren't, it's just not. Part of it too is it's a very difficult sport to play, and I still enjoy playing it. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get there. But my knowledge is still there. I obviously know the game. I'm very well aware of the rule changes that have happened and all the money stuff. Just who's where. There's probably a couple of guys that might shock me here and there to see him in a different uniform. I've kept tabs on the Angels and Giants and the Dodgers and the Padres. And So the teams that kind of are near me and are worth following, I kind of kept an eye on. But I'm kind of aware of some of the signings the Yankees have done over the last couple of years too. So not everything's lost. But I won't be watching any like Stanley Cup Finals or NBA Finals or anything like that right now. But I'll keep an eye on the news stories, share my thoughts, and then I think maybe down the road we'll do once I get set up properly, we'll start a channel for that kind of thing, and I'll dive a little bit into the water there, see if I can interest anyone in a practical take or two here and there. Yeah, quiet chat tonight. I don't check to see if anyone's in the room anymore. Maybe one or two of you. But yeah, I'm not going to watch any of the NBA Finals or anything. I haven't really watched the NBA Finals all that much since I moved to California, to be honest with you. I think working in the league kind of, I don't know, I feel like some of the appeal just kind of got drained out of me, I guess, a little bit. I think if my team in Sacramento ever did well, I'd be all into it. I know we went to the playoffs a few years ago with De'Aaron Fox, and that was pretty cool. But if the Kings aren't playing well, I'm good. No interest. But I did drop a new van life update earlier today for anyone that has not had a chance to check it out. Maybe tomorrow while I'm on the bus or something, I'll shoot a video and share that with everybody. Man, long road up. Starting to look at jobs where I can just kind of slide in here, make an impact, build up my self-esteem just a little bit, build up the confidence, and try to make a quick transition into something different that will for sure pay the bills and do all that kind of thing. I'm getting a lot of help here this month. I need to continue to be homeless, I think, at least until June 13th. I think it's either June 13th or June 23rd. Because that's the deadline to apply for. That's the beginning point of being able to apply for this rental arrear forgiveness program that they just announced in the city. So that's going to be a huge help to me. I'm going to be left with just very little debt. Very little debt. I can take care of that with a few paychecks. Easy peasy. So yeah, gonna make sure I'm following the rules until then. But yeah, tomorrow we're hopping on buses. Just go do our appointments that way, and yeah, it should be a good day. Go through it just a little bit, but we also have counseling, so we can talk about how weird it is while I'm in counseling. So, and then the nurse will be there too. So, oh man. We're at the stage where I'm just hoping I can make a big difference, you guys. This is just such an unfortunate situation. And I recognize that my recovery will be pretty reasonable, I think, in comparison to the recovery for other folks. So I'm not taking that for granted. And I think part of that's too just the way I was before this. I was pretty responsible. I mean, I just have my platinum card just in my backpack. Get that reactivated. easy. So just needed to lock in a gig here, and yeah. So and really quiet night tonight. I think we're definitely gonna go 30 minutes. But I do have another stream I'm gonna do later on tonight with my friends. So anyone that wants to come and hang out with us and chit chat and goof off a little bit. We have not run any games together in quite some time. So yeah. Oh, sounds good, Eridorio. That's pretty much my whole spiel. I think we'll save the homeless stuff for later. I'm gonna make a video about that, but like I thought it'd be cool to talk about it a little bit more. Would I do another sports management job? I might get into something sportsy here in the near future. I am obviously not sharing my job with anybody after what I've been through on the internet. If I could be paid enough, those positions unfortunately do not pay what I feel like. No job right now is paying what I feel it should be paying, honestly. But like those jobs have historically been one of prestige. I mean, you get hook up on tickets and concert tickets and access to players and things like that. So like they consider that. They consider the clout. And they're like, oh, you should be grateful to be able to put this on your resume. And for some reason, for a lot of sports teams, that outweighs the need to want to compensate your staff fairly. Mark Cuban has great stories of just some of his generosity when he used to own the Dallas Mavericks. The year that they won the finals, he gave everyone massive cash bonuses. And he shared the revenue with his employees, and that is unheard of in that industry. I would love to do. I'm not looking to break records. No one's looking to be greedy as fuck or anything like that. I want to be compensated in my work, equitable to both what I'm doing and also what other people that are above average, if not top tier, in the industry are doing. So I think with the experience I have, yeah, I'd be happy to go back. I probably would want to segue a little bit more out of event management and more into the operations side, and I can really only do that in probably baseball. It either has to be the dream opportunity or it has to be like fair pay, and that's been hard to secure. In 2017, when I was looking for work, I was interviewing with the Spurs, Sacramento Kings, and my job with Amazon Studios. And I flew to interviews in Sacramento and to an interview in Seattle for both of those latter two jobs. And I wasn't offered the position with Sacramento, but ultimately took the role with Amazon Studios. And the pay in Sacramento was going to be abysmal. It was a raise for me, but it was a lateral move, and it was really only going to be a cost of living raise. And it's Sacramento, but it's still California. And I'm moving from Salt Lake City, which is not exactly the cheapest part of Utah, to the capital of the state. So I was pretty disappointed when I was in my conversations with them. I think at the time, it was 2017, I wasn't asking for that much. I think I was asking for like 82. And I don't know if that ended up being the reason or not that they didn't extend me an offer, but I felt like that was pretty reasonable given my work experience. I'd been with the Jazz since October of 2010, and I was with the Jazz when I was interviewing for them. Had to talk to the Jazz too about, hey, I'm going to go interview with another team. And the cool part too is I could maintain my status with the NBA, just transfer teams, transferring franchises. But I gotta, after having spent so much time in that industry, I just need to be compensated in a way that I think is fair and equitable. If I gotta take an entry level something, cool, we'll do that. But if you're talking about me getting into sport management, I need to be paid something that's equivalent to what I've done in my career and what I can provide. But yeah, a switch to operations, be happy to take a pretty significant pay cut and just figure out life in the process. The one hard part is if I did anything like that, I don't know how I would do anything like this, especially in the evenings during the seasons. This goes out the door. And with the type of work I've done in the past and the behind the scenes stuff that goes on, I wouldn't be able to stream anything at work. So, nor would I really want to after some of the stuff that's gone on with some of the trolls out here. Yeah, if I was ever offered an opportunity that I felt was of fair market value for my skills, I would absolutely consider it. And I have considered it as recently as January 2025, actually. I think that's right. December 2024. This is the Columbus Clingstones. And I interviewed with another team too. What was the other team? And then the other team was the Wichita Wind Surge. I interviewed with them. This was just last year. So this is something that has been entertained semi recently. Yeah, those interviews were interesting. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes up. There's an opportunity in Long Beach right now that is, yeah, we'll see. We're trying to talk to the right people here. Sounds like they could use a guy like me, but it sounds like my situation is giving people a little bit of a little trepidation, I think. But yeah, we've entertained it. It's in the cards. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I would love to work a World Series one day. That'd be a pretty cool accomplishment. Any other questions tonight? What is it, 8 o'clock? I'm gonna be back on at 8:30, probably just a little bit before that. I'm gonna run some games with Petty. For those that have not met Petty, she lives up in Chicago area. And then my buddy Moss, he is kind of in this, he's in the South Bay area down here in Southern California. So we, for about a year, maybe 2 years, not immediately after my divorce, but probably towards the end of the year I moved out, we just ran games all the time, probably 5-6 days a week. I was running games with these people. Had a bunch of other friends too, and things get hard, life hits you, and I don't know. Yeah, try to make time for friends when I can. Trying to prioritize it. It's very overwhelming, and But yeah, I do have an audio thing I gotta set up. Let me actually get that out really quick. I don't really like using the game audio, but it's not very good. So we have this cable that last year we had to go grab, and I gotta get this thing plugged in and properly set up. It has to plug into my headset, so. But it might take me a couple minutes to get it all set up, but I'll get that taken care of. And yeah, looking for apartments too. I did a little bit of that this morning. Without Roxy, this might be doable, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, I'll be back on here in about 30 minutes, you guys. Can run some games with my friends. Be chit-chatting with them, but definitely love to have you guys join in on the conversation. Playing battle royale games, so it's just our team versus anywhere from 12 to like 40 other teams, and last team standing wins. It's just fun times. But yeah, everyone's welcome to come over and hang out with us. And yeah, I appreciate everyone popping in. Aradorial, okay girl, thanks for popping in the chat. I appreciate you both. And I'll be back here in about 25 minutes or so. So I'm gonna raid another channel. So this is something new for a lot of you guys. But definitely want to try it out and kind of get used to. Yeah, for sure. Want to get used to doing raids and maybe sending who's with me over to someone that's doing something similar. Get us a chance to maybe meet some new folks along the way. So, see you guys in just a little bit. Take care.
It's the 8th on Monday. Well, I might get a day release then. Because usually I stream Mondays, so.